Let's begin the briefing. The Baden Peninsula radar site to the northwest of us here at Fort Grays has picked up a number of unidentified aircraft. They've ignored all warnings from the IUN and PKF and are making their way towards our base. As the IUN has air traffic control over all of Usha, we're almost certain the crafts belong to the Free Erusians. You guys will scramble immediately, visually identify the aircraft, and then use your radios to order them to land. If attacked, you have permission to engage them in combat. Waste no time destroying them.
Nobody's one, sortie.
Mobius 1, do you copy? We're cleared for takeoff immediately after Omega 11. Mobius 1, this is Control. The wind direction is 130 degrees at a speed of 18 knots. We're good for takeoff. Mobius 1, you were cleared for takeoff.
Multiple bogies inbound. Just sent you their location. Each ship use your own discretion.
Mobius 1, takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Good luck out there.
This is AWACS, Sky Eye of the 118th Tactical Fighter Wing. You'll be under our command from here on out. Omega 11, follow Mobius 1. This could turn into a firefight.
I hope this guy's the real deal.
You'll find out if he is soon enough. Everyone will. We're picking up several unidentified aircraft. Omega 11, try contacting them via radio.
Unidentified aircraft. This is the IUN PKF. Unidentified aircraft has a radar lock on us.
Missile.
Bandits fired.
Missile.
The unidentified aircraft are confirmed hostile. Weapons free. Engage. Don't let them near the base. behind on target kills. Enemy destroyed.
Oh yeah, that was amazing!
This is Viper 2. I've arrived and I'm aware of the situation.
Viper 2 and Rapier 1, assist Mobius 1. All aircraft, rejoin formation.
You're new here, so I'll fill you in. This guy's the real deal.
I can't stand old-timer pilots.
Such a candor. Haven't you said too much?
I'll be the judge of that.
We're picking up something new on radar.
We have lost all of those squadron. Do we keep going? The enemy's en route.
Caution, pull up. Caution, pull up. Caution, pull up.
Bandit locked on.
Viper 2, can you look after yourself for a bit?
I'll watch your backs, too.
Mobius 1, enemy down.
Forget what you learned in flight school. Hey, did you see that?
Something just came up on our radar. Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Half remaining. Mobius 1 again?
Missile.
Flag 11, pay attention.
Missile.
Stop staring at Mobius 1.
Caution.
Viper 2, looks like you're running out of targets. Will you be okay without me? We got moves.
Mobius 1 in the clouds.
Hey, what are we here for? Just to look good?
We have to do this, for Russia's sake. Find the leader. Escaping locked. Breaking. Locked on enemy.
Locked on bandit.
Check his tail mark.
Bandit closing.
Missile.
Get out of there.
Missile.
Let's see how they like this.
Missile. Missile.
Breaking. Enemy has fled.
Stall warning.
3 targets remaining.
Missile.
Bandit has a lock on you.
Flag 11, he's circling behind you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Breaking.
Missile.
Mobius 1, bandit behind you.
Missile.
Viper 2, enemy gets fired.
Missile.
Viper 2, enemy got away.
Missile.
2 targets remaining.
Now we're just up.
Missile.
We're being
Missile.
eased. Not gonna play this time. Viper 2, behind the enemy.
Missile.
Viper 2,
Missile.
attack failed. I'm cornered. On your six. Stay alert.
Bandit locked on.
Missile.
Right.
Missile.
One
Missile.
of them is dangerous.
Missile.
Mobius 1, missile hit.
Attack failed.
Missile.
On your six. Stay
Missile.
alert.
Get out of there.
Missile. Missile.
Locked on bandit.
Missile.
Enemy's got a better
Missile.
There's an enemy unit approaching the base. Take it out. 1 target remaining. In gun range.
Missile.
Missile inbound. Evade. Missile away.
Mobius 1 has shot down a bandit.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
We're not picking up anything on radar. Mission accomplished. Good work.
Oh, Bay. He's the real deal, all right. You know from fighting just once?
Watch all you like. There will be more battles. Until then, we rest. Return to base.
Caution. Pull up.
This is the control tower at Fort Grays. AWACS Sky Eye, we'll take it from here. Over. 3,200 meters to runway. You're too fast. Lower your airspeed. You're right on course. Just keep it steady. Landing confirmed. That was a textbook landing. Nice work. Now go and get some rest before your next sortie.
Thanks to your efforts, the unidentified aircraft was taken down. You've helped us make it clear that it belonged to Free Erusea. I have some guys looking into the enemy's motivations. I'm afraid it's looking like things could get... For now, Mobius looks to have delayed the enemy's plans. We need a closer eye on the enemy's movements, and you should be ready to move out at any moment. Let's get on with the briefing. 1816 Bomber Squadron is almost here. However, we got a report of what seemed to be Free Erusian aircraft approaching them. Air intercept is at the squadron's ETA. Your mission is to ensure our air superiority around the base and to protect the bombers. As of now, we cannot tell whether they're after the bombers or this base. Be ready to take on anything thrown at you.
Mobius 1, sortie.
B-52 is making an emergency landing. Clear the runway. Prioritize Mobius 1.
I'm going up first.
Good. You can launch together. Mobius 1, formation takeoff. Pull up next to the Viper 2.
After you.
It'll be a sitting duck.
Secure air superiority.
Mobius 1, take off at once.
In this mess?
Because of the mess. Bomber inbound. Go around, go around.
Coming down. Look out.
Mobius 1 down.
Mobius 1 down.
I'm not even sure what I died from.
Mobius 1, altitude restriction lifted. Excellent takeoff. We're counting on you.
Interceptors inbound. You idiots are late. This is Viper 2. Bandit acquired.
All aircraft cleared hot.
Locked on. A bandit has a lock on you.
This is Sky Eye, requesting takeoff clearance.
Denied. Not clear.
Copy that, Tower.
Those latecomers can really move. Closing. Breaking. Shake 'em. Omega 11. Attack missed. Viper 2. Behind bandit. Take you out. Enemy lock. Mobius 1, you've been spiked. Locked on. Mobius 1, you're coordinating. Deceiving. Be alert. Enemy has a lock. Evasive maneuvers. Bandit quiet. Locked on. Friendly down.
Missile.
Mobius 1. Missile incoming. Fox 2.
Missile.
Fox 2. Viper 2. Attack missed.
Behind you. Break. Missile in the air. Breaking.
Behind bandit. Going for the kill.
Move, damn it. I'll take care of the last bandit.
Mobius 1, you've been spiked.
Missile.
Okay, Fox 2.
Missile.
Missile incoming. Easy. Why is that firing?
Got away. Behind bandit. Going for the kill.
On your six. That was recording off, too. Enemy confirmed. Omega 11. Let's get him. Can't see any allies. Some skilled interceptors might be left. Draw the enemy's attention here.
This is Sky Eye.
Missile.
It'll be impossible to defend the base if we can't detect the enemy. Requesting takeoff clearance.
Missile. Missile.
Copy. You are cleared for takeoff.
Copy that, Tower.
Rabbit seat on his tail. Bandit splashed. Mobius 1 got another one.
Altitude restriction lifted.
Pull up.
Copy that, Tower. All enemy aircraft confirmed down. Radar detection range has expanded. Picking up enemy ground forces in area around East Substation.
Missile.
That substation
Missile.
powers the base.
Missile.
Defend the substation immediately.
Keep attacking aircraft!
Missile.
Down.
Missile.
That's the thrum of our planes!
Missile. Caution.
Can't go around. We have to hit them head on!
Half of the units taken out.
How did they manage to clear down our numbers so fast? Command, the situation is bad.
Caution. Pull up.
I've got this. Attack.
Missile.
Missile on its way. Use GPS to see your allies.
Enemies after the substation have been destroyed.
Caution.
Start the
Pull
safety
up.
check. Make sure you're extra careful when you turn the electricity back on. Those guys are putting their lives at risk protecting us. Let's get this place back online.
Wait, what's this? All aircraft, the base is under attack from enemy ground units.
Missile.
Return immediately.
Missile. Missile.
It seems this was the enemy's objective all along.
Missile. Missile.
Something appeared on radar. Enemy reinforcements are approaching the base. Take them down.
All aircraft, prioritize air superiority. We can beat them. I can hear aircraft. They must have found our position. Protect the AA!
All enemy helicopters down.
Don't let them damage more. If we lose the base, it's all over. They're really handling us. We can't take much more of this. No, it's not resistance from the base. The enemy sent one of the best pilots.
Missile.
Captain,
Ammunition
we're taking heavy fire.
Missile.
We can see you on assault. Yes.
Missile.
We take that base. Victory will be
Missile.
ours.
Missile. Ammunition 0. Missile.
Infrared missile launched.
Missile. Pull up.
Missile inbound. Evade. The defense is on the ropes.
Missile.
Abandoned vehicle. This thing's had it.
There are no more enemy ground units. Shoot down all bandits that haven't withdrawn.
Missile.
A bandit has a lock on you.
Missile.
Missile inbound.
Attack this.
Missile.
Shot down a bandit. Nice work.
Free to go.
Yeah, one pilot. We're getting beaten by one guy.
Missile.
Obvious one. Enemy training team.
Missile.
Mobius 1 locked on enemy. One bandit remaining.
Not about to let Mobius 1 have his work.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
The enemies attacking the base were completely eliminated.
Well, we had an amazing pilot, too.
Caution. Pull
Let's
up.
see him try that again.
Sky Eye, thanks for the air support. Tell the interceptor unit that we appreciate their work.
Understood. But the guy who got us into the sky is the real MVP behind this victory.
Clear the runway debris. We can't have our base defenders crashing on landing. Mobius 1, I'll provide your landing guidance. Clearing of the runway is complete, but keep an eye out for debris. Reduce your speed. 1,500 meters to the runway. Turn right. Lower your nose. You're too high. You are right on course. Maintain current heading. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Landing confirmed. That's a marvelous landing. Thanks for the excellent work. Rest up until the next mission.
Impressive, Mobius 1. The other pilots will follow your example.
Major operation, both in the air and on the ground, is not something Free Erusia could manage in previous battles. With our base held in the face of danger, we will make this the turning point of the war. In other words, we're gonna make them regret they couldn't finish this off here and now. Dismissed. We got intel on their plans to transport a WMD. Enemy transport is currently flying above the Waiapolo Mountains. HQ's orders are to capture it. If we can get war crime evidence, we could suppress Free Erusia's activities. At the beginning of the mission, we will approach the transport while attempting radio contact. We will force their landing. Our objective is to capture the plane, but we can shoot it down if the situation goes south. Keep that in mind.
Mobius 1, sortie. All aircraft, maintain formation. Rapier 5, lock the transport and demand that they follow orders.
Be careful, Rapier 5. Don't worry, Mobius 1 is with us.
You're the only one who can protect yourself.
Mission objective sighted.
Continue approach.
You think they'll just accept our orders? Impossible. Sky Eye, this is Rapier 5. No one's in the cockpit.
It's unmanned?
Missile alert!
Missile.
In the clouds! Again! Calm down. Watch the bandit!
Missile.
Was it decoy?
Missile. Missile.
Mission change. Take down all enemy bandits.
Missile.
Ice maneuver.
We need to take them down, one at a time. Incoming evade. We lost an ally. Running low on allies.
Stall warning. Missile.
Marked on enemy.
Almost out of fighters.
Watch your tail, man. Enemy on your tail. Missile inbound.
Stall warning.
Push them in the shoulder heat.
Mobius 1, locked on.
The bandit has a lot on you. Missile on its way.
Can't see shit in the clouds. Missile in the air. Iced up, fast sluggish.
Half of the ambushing bandits down.
The enemy squadron's behavior changed.
I've got this.
Watch out!
Where did they come from?
Missile incoming!
Star one. Star one.
Enemy on your tail. Bandit on your tail.
Missile. Missile.
That missile!
Missile.
We've lost Rapier 5.
Missile. Missile.
Come on!
Missile. Missile.
Enemies on radar, a lot of them.
Missile.
They can't beat us. Not here.
Missile.
Pilots are different. Incoming. It's breaking.
Missile.
Missile closing!
Missile.
Guys can move.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Shot down.
Mobius 1 figured down!
Bandit in my sight.
Mobius 1 lock on.
Right now.
Rapier 5, watch out!
Where did they come from?
Missile incoming! Bandit closing!
Missile.
Enemy locked on. Shake them
Missile.
off.
Missile.
Active radar missile launch.
Missile. Missile.
Mobius 1, missile incoming!
We've
Missile.
lost Rapier 5.
Missile.
Come
Missile.
on!
Missile.
Enemies on radar, a lot of them.
Missile. Missile.
Still got them outnumbered.
Omega
Star
11,
one.
attack miss.
Bandit evaded attack. Going in to get it. Missile in the air. Bandit behind you.
Gonna take them all.
Can't shake him. Shot down. Making it look like the place was shut down. Just remember,
This is Viper 2, locked on Bandit.
one of those pilots is different. They can't beat us. Not here. Bandit in my sight.
Bandit locked on. Fox 2.
Mobius 1, Fox 3.
Damn it, we got away.
Mobius 1 just took one down. Nice kill. Breaking line.
Mobius 1, missile fired.
Shake him.
Bandit's quiet, locked on.
Target undamaged.
They turned the tables on us. Looks like we might have underestimated them. It's the Ribbon Fighter. The one from the Continental War. I don't think he made it out. Did anybody hear what he said at the end? No. I think he was trying to tell us something.
3 targets remaining.
Locked.
I can't shake
Missile.
off this lock.
Missile.
Right.
Missile. Missile.
Missile on its way.
Missile.
Behind you.
Missile.
Enemy locked on.
Missile.
Shake them off.
Bandit on your six.
2 targets left.
Star one.
It's the Ribbon Fighter.
Bandit in my sight.
Star one.
Locked on enemy. 1 target left. Finish him off.
Star one.
Viper 2, behind Bandit. Viper 2, Fox 2.
Flanker has been destroyed. Bandit is down. We're not picking up any more on radar.
That guy's the real deal.
Nice work. Warning. Spotted a glimmer above.
Keep an eye out for threats.
Nothing's on radar.
Stay sharp. Viper has good eyes.
I can't see.
Mobius 1, above. Spotted. 4 fighters in formation.
Missile. Missile.
Stealth. You're cleared hot.
On the enemy 6.
Missile.
Fox 2.
Bandit's quiet, locked on. Fox 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
Mobius 1, the enemy
Missile.
launched the missile.
Missile.
Recon.
Missile.
Chaff and Fair Supply at 0.
They got me!
Star warning. Missile.
Lost Halo 2.
Missile. Missile. Ammunition 0.
Target destroyed. Even ghosts go down if you blast them.
We need to get the
Star
road
warning.
fighter. Every tail is painted black.
Missile.
If that's true, those enemies might be the Ghost Squadron.
Missile.
It's the Free Erusea forces from the report. I heard they took out a lot of our allies in a cleanup operation.
Missile.
Let's take it to him.
It's tough getting stealth fighters to show on radar.
Missile.
If they get behind you, it can be impossible for radar to pick them up. We're in trouble if we lose them.
Star warning. Star warning.
Behind you. Going down.
Missile. Missile.
Watch for bullets. It's likely he spotted the stealth fighters. This is Viper 2. Lock on bandit.
Missile fire.
Star warning. Missile.
Mobius 1, you're coordinated.
Missile.
Roster's got a lock. Striking.
Missile.
He does it.
Omega 11, assist Mobius 1.
Missile.
Trying. I just can't keep up with them.
Missile. Missile.
Concentrate, use your eyes to find them.
Star warning.
Bandit quiet. Locked on.
Missile.
Mobius 1, you've been spotted.
Missile.
This is Viper 2.
Missile.
Attack me.
Star warning.
Mobius 1, bandit on his six.
Missile. Missile.
Stealth fighter splashed. 2 left.
Missile. Ammunition missile.
Bandit locked on. Locked on.
Missile.
Omega 11, behind the enemy.
Missile.
Attack missed. This is a blind spot. They can't spot us then.
Stealth fighters can't hide from your eye.
This is Viper 2. Locked on bandit. Bandit behind you. Stay alert. Missed. I took an enemy missile. Right him. Breaking off.
Fox 3. It's not on radar. Point your eyes out of the canopy.
Enemy on me. Focus on the target. Landing in my sight. Roster's got a lock. Breaking. Okay, Fox 2. Got the enemy in my sight.
You'll need to keep track of them visually. Lose them and you'll come to regret it.
These snowy mountains are bright. Don't let them get to you.
Locked on bandit.
Missile. Missile.
Engage the attack.
Missile.
Get out of there.
Missile.
Landed in my sight.
Missile.
Target destruction confirmed. Don't lose sight of the last one.
I can do this. I can't withdraw. Just gotta see the Grim Reaper in the car. They turn this way. They still want to fight.
You're the better pilot by far. Remain calm and close the distance with them.
I've lost sight of them. I can't break away.
All enemy stealth fighters confirmed destroyed. Great job, Mobius 1.
Is it over? I don't know. They might come back, but we can handle them.
Well done. All units, return to base.
Mobius 1. I can't stand old-timer pilots. Every last old-timer brag stops fighting the heroes. But I know you. And you're different from the other heroes. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the real Mobius 1.
Rouge's plan was a fake. The fact that we took minimal damage and struck a serious blow to their stealth power is a testament to the Mobius Squadron's skills. But if this was a diversion, what was their true objective? The war with Free Erusia may have entered a new phase. Beyond...
Does the color of the sky mean anything special to you? It does to me. A hell of a lot. When I close my eyes, the sky in my dreams is a deep, dark blue. Pilots have been in my family for 4 generations. Flying's in my DNA. Even so, my grandpa didn't want me joining the Air Force. He lost faith in the Osean air defense the day my dad died in battle.
You know, Abby, I wish you could see what it's like up there. Cruising above the clouds, the dark blue of the stratosphere. Nothing beats being at the controls and seeing it from the cockpit. Look here.
Gramps tossed a magazine over to me with an article. Unmanned fighters are no longer a dream, it read. Pilots taking to the skies will soon be a distant memory.
I don't see anything good coming from that.
Know what? Lying smack dab in the middle of the desert west of here, there's a bunch of planes from the last war. Some of them have been mothballed, but most of them are just rusted piles of junk waiting to be scrapped. Gramps was really good friends with the super there, so he got to take whatever he wanted, no questions asked. That's how we got the parts to build our own plane. Now, when I say we, I mean me, my grandpa, and his old war buddies. I cut my teeth working with those geezers. They taught me their skills, and some dirty jokes. But with their aging eyeballs and whatnot, I ended up having to do most of the work myself. I was at the airstrip doing some flight training when I saw it. A prototype drone. It wasn't much of a plane, more of a trash can with wings.
Laugh at it all you want, kid. But technology's always changing. If you don't keep up with it, it'll leave your ass behind.
It took 6 years and 8 months to get that engine running. And it took us another 1.5 years after that to finally get the balance of the airframe just right. I'd gone from being a little girl to, well, still a girl, just older. But now, I was all alone. Wherever the souls of my Gramps and his pals are flying, I hope it's peaceful. Then, finally, I was ready to break the sound barrier. All this plane could do was take off, accelerate, and fly up. touch it. Then I saw Osius fighters. They were tailing something. A drone. They were going full out chasing that thing. Doing 30 Gs at least. Damn, I've never seen anything move that fast. It had a rose painted on it. The Erusian emblem. But that country's a whole continent away from here.
Crap. You should have put in my events with you, you piece of junk. Should have built a deterrent too.
Is everyone here? Settle down. I said settle down. You have all been instrumental in helping to maintain peace in Usea as members of the International Union Peacekeeping Force. Until today. Earlier, our radar site informed us that a group of unidentified aircraft was approaching. Communication systems went down immediately afterwards. We are led to conclude that they have attacked the site. Here's your mission. It's possible that the Usian ceasefire agreement has been broken for the first time in over a decade. As of today, the Fort Grays Air Base Squadron of the IUPF has been put on high alert. All members who have been ordered to sortie, fly there immediately. Find the unidentified craft, then use your weapons to round them up and force them to land. If the hostiles counterattack, then you will...
What the hell was that? There's smoke! We're under attack. Numerous unidentified aircraft confirmed overhead.
What? How is that possible?
The tank farm to the north has been bombed. Many injured.
Scramble. All units, take off and eliminate the unidentified craft attacking the base. This is not a drill.
Squadron, aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Radar site's still silent. Scramble. Get those birds in the sky. We're sitting ducks. What's happening? Bombers incoming. Don't know how many.
Clear that runway. We don't got all day here.
Mage Squadron, head to runway. Column Squadron, take off. Link to Skykeeper. Hurry, Mage Squadron. Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a welcoming party. We have faith in you. Good luck.
Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP.
Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa. Looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, form up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
Roger that.
Going for understood.
This is the AWACS Skykeeper. Take down all unidentified bombers. We don't have many escorts. They hit our radars hard in the last attack. Expect the worst and stay sharp.
Wilco. Trigger, I'm your wingman. Fly with me now. That's what it means to be in an element.
Enemy bomber confirmed down. Good job, Mage 2.
Not bad, Mage 2. Trigger, switch your radar. See if you can locate the enemy.
Mage. Pair of bombers.
Trigger, stay calm. We got this. I know the kid's shown some promise, but let's remember, he's still barely gotten his feet wet. Trigger, don't forget your special weapon.
Mage 2, walking.
That's it. It's great when it's simple.
Enemy bomber down. Nice going, Mage 2.
Not too shabby, Mage 2. You still got a long way to go, kid. I'll give you some pointers back at base so we can make it in one piece. Skykeeper, this is Mage 1, over. Tally 2 bandits.
Copy that. It's a bomber and an escort.
Oh, their triggers, settle down. Mage 2, maintain your element with Mage 1. Do not break off. Mage 1, make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Welcome. Golem 2, let's maintain element.
Copy that, Commander. I've got your 6 covered, sir.
Radio.
Column. Mage. 2 new enemy groups.
This is HQ. Attention all combat groups. Are there any drones? Verify.
Drones? Are you kidding me right now? Jesus, this is the kind of shit that really chaps my ass. UAVs? I can't tell them apart.
Missile! Evading!
Mage 2, locked.
Harbor facility to carrier destroyed. Combat mission accomplished. We still got half our baggage. Empty in over the hangars and runways.
Mage 2 bandit confirmed down.
Missile.
Missile hit.
Missile.
1 remaining.
Mage 2, keep your focus. You got this.
Chaff and flares launched.
Hesitating for a split second could be the difference between life and death. Stay sharp, think fast.
Roger that.
Target was not struck. To Column and Mage. Job well done. All bombers are down. Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
Good going, Mage 2. Flight Commander looks like he's got what it takes. Let's slow down. It's just one sortie. Don't try to be a hero. I want you to make it back in one piece, you hear?
Yeah, I gotta side with the boss man on this.
Column Squadron, this is HQ. Did you confirm any drones?
What's the deal with all the drones?
Column 1, return to base and report for debriefing.
I am Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Citizens of Erusia.
Trigger, your call sign is Mage 2. Verify and read back. Mage 2, clear for takeoff. The situation is tight. It's a hell of a homecoming party. We have faith in you. Good luck. Control, do me a favor and get that bird in the air ASAP. Mage 2, altitude restriction is lifted. Good luck.
The carrier. Whoa, looks like the harbor's taken a lot of damage.
Can't have any more casualties. Time to stop the bullshit. Mage 2, warm up with Mage 1. All aircraft, let's do this. Golem Squadron, it's go time.
We are currently assessing the damage to the base. We have confirmed... We know the attacking bogies were from Erusea. International Union peacekeeping force bases all over the Yusian continent were attacked in the same way. The damage is severe. Many wars are lost by failing to recover from the opening blows. That means successfully retaliating was very important. You may have turned the tides of battle here. You have our thanks.
As of 1 p.m. today, the Kingdom of Erusea has declared war on the Osean Federation. As soon as the news broke out, enemy aircraft began bombing Osean territory, causing widespread destruction. The Air Defense Force has released a statement saying this violent attack was carried out by drones. They speculate the drones were secretly transported to Osea in shipping containers and launched remotely. The Secretary of the Navy has stated that the enemy was targeting naval ports across the country. According to the Secretary, all of the nation's aircraft carriers, including one still under construction, sustained severe damage in the attacks. We have yet to hear back from the department as to the fate of Osean carriers currently at sea. Hold on. I've just received breaking news. The International Space Elevator, which is being built in southern Usea, has been seized by the Erusian army. Reports say former President Harling was touring the site at the time, but his current whereabouts are unknown. Our sources in government tell us it was Harling's policies regarding the space elevator that caused economic frictions in the area, and which ultimately led to this war. Located near Erusea, on the continent of Usea, the space elevator has been under construction for some time now. The Executive Office of the Osean Federation has declared a national state of emergency. They have ordered all its armed forces, including Yusian peacekeepers, to mobilize and make the necessary preparations to launch an immediate counterattack. Ladies and gentlemen, our country is officially at war. Stay tuned for further updates.
Breaking news from ENN. Osea launched an attack on the capital today, striking Farbanti from their aircraft carrier, the Kestrel II. After a brutal battle, the Erusian Air Force successfully repelled them. During the air raid, the Osean Air Force fired missiles at the city and managed to shoot down a number of Erusian fighters. Some of the disabled planes then crashed into residential areas.
The world was screwed. 20 years ago, the Earth got slammed by an asteroid. Usea was on the wrong side of the planet and got hit. Hard. Refugees swarmed the Erusian Republic, the biggest country on the continent, plunging it into chaos. They were desperate and started a war, one they had no hope of winning. That's the war my dad fought and died in. The biggest nations from 2 continents went head-to-head, and the so-called righteous Oseans struck the deal that ended it. They fancied themselves the only nation that could bring peace and stability to the world. They even tried saving the Yusians, still suffering from the disaster. That's how a space elevator, stretching way up into the sky, ended up being built in Usea, paid for by the Oseans. President Harling said he did it out of compassion for his fellow humans. But to the folks in Erusea, it looked like Osea was moving in to take over. Erusea went from being a republic back to being a kingdom. When they started this new war, they managed to get the drop on everyone. The second the declaration hit the news, Erusian forces took control of the space elevator without spilling a single drop of blood. President Harling was touring the elevator when it happened and disappeared. Then, while that was going on, the Erusian ships that were docked all around Osea released a swarm of drone fighters they had hidden on board in containers. No one thought they were capable of doing what they did that day. With pinpoint accuracy, they managed to take out everything that was military, and not a single civilian was hurt in the process. Osea pissed lots of people off with their huge military presence around the world. Erusea didn't have the same reach, but they could hit their targets faster and cleaner. And when all this was going down, I just so happened to be in my flying drag racer. In case you were wondering, yeah, I survived. I crashed in a bombed-out Osean Air Force base. Then, Got arrested for breaking wartime aviation laws or some crap. The world went from being at peace to being at war, all in the blink of an eye.
Princess Rosa Cassette Delise of the Kingdom of Erusia. Today, Osean airstrikes have shattered the lives of countless Erusians. Their attacks practically leveled the school I went to. It is heartbreaking. Tragic.
I was tried, found guilty, and stuffed into a cargo ship. For company, I had some court-martialed soldiers. And remember those mothballed planes I told you about before? They were loaded on the ship, too. We headed off down south for several days, and then swung east. That's how I got here. I was thousands of kilometers from Erusia, on the opposite side of the Yuzian continent. For a port, it was dull as hell. It had 3 rusty patrol boats, and the base? The fences were topped with razor wire, the tower had a searchlight and machine guns, and a truck with a gun turret was parked in front of the gate. Its gun was aimed at the yard. This was a prison. This place looked like a full-on base, but half the tanker trucks were just big balloons, and the runways weren't even paved, just painted on the dirt. The whole place was just one big fat lie. The only reason I was here is because they knew I'd restored a supersonic plane. They wanted me to make something out of the mothballed planes they brought, that they could park on the fake runway. Can you believe that shit? So, I tried to escape. They found out, and set the dogs on me.
Erusia has made a declaration to the Osean Federation and all countries on the Yuzian continent stationing the IUN peacekeeping force that we are now at war. Right after the declaration was made, surprise attacks began around the continent that have inflicted major damage to our armed forces. Forces aligned with Erusia are currently appearing throughout Yusia. The combination of these forces has overwhelmed the majority of the continent, and they are now encroaching on us in the east. Additionally, the multinational space elevator has been seized by the Erusian military. After the previous war, the space elevator became both a symbol of peace and a valuable asset in the fight against growing energy concerns. Whoever has control of it will have enormous influence over the entire continent. We cannot turn a blind eye to this critical situation. The Fort Grays Air Base Squadron has been entered into the order of battle to reclaim the elevator as an advanced element. First, you will attack all hostiles coming in the east of Schofield Plateau to stop any interference with the Allied ground troops. The enemy has deployed several vehicles equipped with anti-air radar along the roads. You are to destroy them. They should not pose much of a threat. However, there is a high likelihood that the attack will draw more enemy air support. If that happens, fight them off swiftly and establish air superiority.
Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Current target is on rails, but there's still military vehicles and anti-air weaponry. Destroy the target. But HQ has made it clear that no harm should come to civilians and no damage is to be done to public facilities.
But but any aircraft shot down could land in civilian territory.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days.
Do you have visual on the anti-air radar vehicles? They should be close.
Yep.
Target destroyed. Page 2.
It's popping off now, Trigger. War has officially begun.
Target destroyed. 5 to go.
Get the fighters out there! Take the radar vehicle!
Missile launched.
What's the position of all the vehicles? We can't wait any longer. We need interceptors now.
Target destroyed. 3 to go. Continue to engage at your discretion. Enemy interceptors inbound. Prepare to engage in 30 seconds.
We'll go. Here they come. Take them down. Okay, recruits. Pay attention to who's on what side. The newest IFF is connected to our entire force via satellites. It's reliable, so trust your radars.
Enemy first strike. We're using the containers now. Those weapons are meant for tactical flexibility. Move the enemy aircraft away from the base.
Trigger, there's one more to go.
Warning! Land on your six!
Missile. Caution.
Page 2, locked. That was the last radar vehicle. Great work. Radar vehicle's destroyed, but the interceptor shows no sign of retreating. Take it out. Continue with the mission. Crush as many as you can.
Enemy transports are taxiing.
Page 2, missile in the air. Column 3, Mark 2. Tread the radar network.
Stall warning.
No, they're not linked to the radar vehicle.
Stall warning.
Launch manually. Redo the setup.
Missile launched.
There's some feedback from those cooperatives. I bet you look at a language we can understand.
Stall
The
warning.
clouds don't just affect your field of vision. They also mess with your HUD and radar. Seekers can sometimes lose their lock-on to their targets, too.
Stall warning.
Willow 1, enemy will crash in a residential area.
Just worry about staying alive for now.
There's an enemy on your tail.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Enemy missile detected. Evading.
Golem 2, Fox 2.
Page 2, walking. Missile did not connect.
Bandit coming out. Keep your mind focused.
All right, spaces were destroyed. 5 targets remaining.
Blaze, you want us to take down the enemy without damaging any public facilities? That's gonna be a circus.
4 targets remaining.
Enemy transport destroyed. There's more.
Page 2, missile launch. 3 targets remaining.
Clear 15 meters. Ready to launch. Away.
What happened? Status report.
Multiple bogeys on radar. They're close.
Wait, they're being launched.
You're cleared to engage. They're probably hostile.
Judging by the way they look, well spotted, clown. No doubt about it, we're dealing with UAVs. But that doesn't change a thing. Just think of them as somewhat clever decoys. Take them all down. These drones have great agility. All aircraft. You know what high G turns are, right? Use them. HQ, this is Golem 1. Bandits confirmed as UAVs. Repeat, bandits are drones.
Golem 1, that doesn't matter. Destroy all enemy fighters and get out.
It doesn't matter. He's saying the war can change in an instant. Get over it. Yeah, I just wish they'd give us a bit more warning. Enemy UAV confirmed destroyed. Hell yeah. Golem Squadron, you're not gonna let Mage get all the glory, are ya?
3 enemies to
to miss.
I'm buying dinner for anyone who takes down an enemy.
There's a bar I want to try.
You're doing good.
Let's get through this without any casualties.
Nice kill, Trigger. Enemy aircraft confirmed down.
The skies are clear. Nice work, everyone. Mission complete. RTB.
No casualties. We couldn't have done any better. Returning to base.
I don't know. Maybe the bandits we took down caused civilian casualties.
No point arguing. That's how war is these days. You shoot, someone gets killed. The guys in charge take care of the rest.
You've given us air. The first barrier keeping us from retaking the space elevator is gone. Now is the time to group up and begin the counteroffensive. Let us reclaim what is ours. The surprise attacks carried out after the declaration of war saw the peacekeeping forces of various countries, including Osea, suffer major damage. The ships moored around the space elevator and near Gandar Bay have been hit particularly hard. Numerous ships have been sunk and abandoned. Fortunately, our cutting-edge aircraft carrier Kestrel II was at sea, so it was spared from the attack. Kestrel II is now preparing to launch another attack against Erusia's capital, Farbanti. The aircraft carrier Vulture also managed to escape Gandar Bay safely. However, it lost all its aircraft, so it's sailing empty. Today, the International Union Peacekeeping Force reclaims its bid to the space elevator. The Fort Grays Island Air Base Squadron will rendezvous with the carrier Vulture for a joint mission. The first objective will be to seize air superiority in Schoppenberg in order to secure a route for the support squadrons. The enemy maintains air superiority over Schoppenberg, so expect heavy resistance from enemy aircraft. There's more, so listen carefully. Right from the start of the war, the enemy has been deploying drones. They're using a new advanced type of drone. The unmanned airborne aircraft carrier, the Arsenal Bird, carries this new drone, MQ-101. The Osean Army headed up the development of the massive Arsenal Birds and dispatched them to the space elevator to provide support. However, it's been reported that the carriers may have fallen into the hands of the Erusian forces. If that's true, it could be a significant obstacle for us. We need to regain control of the space elevator ASAP. Good luck out there.
Mage Squadron, aircraft preparations complete.
Refueling initiated. Maintain your current position.
Mage Squadron, this is the situation. Gollum and the other bases squadrons already joined forces and are engaged. You guys will arrive right in the middle of the action. Mage Squadron, eliminate all bandits in the current airspace. We have the upper hand, but that doesn't mean we can ease up. Good luck.
Mage 1, Wilco. Mage 1 to Gollum 1, thank your lucky stars. Looking good, Mage Squadron. Keep up that pressure. Trigger time to show the other guys that we can wet wild and do dirty, dirty things. Once you hit one of them, stick to them like glue. Don't let them out of your sights, even in the clouds. And so, your first hunting season begins.
Mage 2, bandit down. Excellent work.
Bandit coming at you. Clouds are screwing up the accuracy. If you can't evade a missile, use chaff and flares. Your fingers should still move, even if you're in a 9G turn.
4 remaining.
We're getting our ass kicked. No reinforcements. Enemy right now. I can't take him. They got me.
3 remaining.
Show up on the radar.
Get you out the clouds. We got this. We can't recover. We need reinforcements now. Breaking. Enemy has a lock.
Enemies locked on.
Flag was pulled out.
Nice kill.
1 remaining. Missile evaded.
You're mine.
Targeting gun ranger.
Looks like these weren't ready for a fight.
Rising up. Be careful. I lights up. Losing speed.
Once the enemy gets behind me, that's your chance to take him out.
Roger that.
Yeah, good kinetic. The enemy has escaped. Ready to get away. Breaking.
Our radar shows no sign of bandits. You're in the clear.
I haven't even broken a sweat.
They have to be crazy to pick a fight with us. A rabid dog would know better.
Missile incoming! Evade! Break! Break!
What the hell?
Caution, missile!
Caution! A large aircraft is approaching. All aircraft, stay alert.
Missile.
We just learned that Eruzia is utilizing the Arsenal bird. Those bastards. They had that thing combat ready this whole time.
Enemy has a radar lock. Break, now!
Just waiting for mission.
We'll live through this, Trigger. These guys are definitely a step above the last drones.
Missile.
These guys will go down easy.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Bandits are
Take out Big Baby Huey.
Look at that light from the arch over. Enemy on my second point. Mark 2. Chosen 1, check 6. Come over. We got me.
Skeleton 1 lost. Skeleton 2, take over command.
Gargoyle Squadron, this is Gargoyle 1. Skeleton Squadron needs help. The hell are we supposed to do?
Status? Verifying the situation.
Golem 2, missile, evade!
Evading!
It's kill time. This is Golem 3, Golem 2's hit! Status report. Shit, Golem 2, do you copy?
This is Golem 2. Instruments still appear to be functioning okay.
Skeleton 3, break! Break! Another friendly!
Skeleton 3's lost.
Keep coming. What's the plan?
Where's that report? Continue to maintain air superiority.
HQ, what's happening?
Skykeeper, I repeat, maintain air superiority.
How's that happen?
What the hell? Caution, all aircraft stay alert.
Get out of there!
Breaking!
Control ground. I'm breaking it off!
Skeleton 2 lost.
He's not incoming!
Skeleton Squadron is down. We've had too many losses. All squadrons, command has ordered a complete withdrawal. Leave the operation area immediately.
Brilliant observation. If they knew it earlier, more of us would have survived to hear it.
Save your chatter for the debriefing. Golem and Mage Squadron, give our allies some time to escape.
Moko, but Golem 2's hit. Gotta send her back. Let's get dirty, Trigger.
Shoot down those UAVs. Don't let them touch any friendlies.
Golem 2, head back to base.
Gargoyle 1, escort Golem 2.
Continuing the mission. Still got my wings. Trigger doesn't need to fill in for me. I'm back and
You won't make any difference up here. Get back to base and cool your head.
Copy that. Returning home.
Kind one.
Missile did not connect. Retreating aircraft. Leave the AO. Allies will hold off pursuit. Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, hang in there and come back safe.
That a boy, Mage 2. Just keep firing. The longer it takes, the worse our odds of getting out of here are. Machines don't get tired. That's it, Trigger. They're machines. Don't show them any mercy. Hostile on your tail.
More UAVs spotted. Gargoyle Squadron, they might cut off your retreat.
My status is fine. Affirmative.
This is Gargoyle 1. Leaving Operation Airspace from Column 2.
Retreating aircrafts, prepare for combat. It's a bogey. Gargoyle 1, Golem 2, engage now. Attack.
One back. 30.
Gargoyle 1. Caution! Missile! Skykeeper. Gargoyle 1 lost.
What the hell? Golem 2, status report. Just talk to me.
I'm against an Su-30. Orange wingtips. I can't shake it off. It's matching me move for move.
Golem 2, stop dogfighting and run.
Mage 2, UAV down. Keep it up, buddy.
More Grace aircraft. Let's take it this time.
Technique. I don't get it. Why isn't it opening fire? I'm scared. Scared.
This is not good. Brody, break off. This is getting a little tight.
Mage Squadron, you're going toe-to-toe with the UAVs. Good work. get splashed.
I said what I had to say.
About what?
Not a girl who'd retreat. Just not in her DNA.
That was the right decision at the time.
No, I should have never let a fledgling like her out of my reach to begin with.
Golem Squadron, Mage Squadron, withdraw.
Page 2, we have you on radar. You are cleared for approach. Runway is clear. Page 2, you are cleared for landing. Page 2, lower speed. 3,000 to runway. Page 2, bank left. Your approach looks good. Stay on course. 1,500 to runway. Nicely done, Mage 2. I knew you'd be back. Stand by for further orders. Be ready for your next sortie.
Mage Squadron.
Unfortunately, the two-front offensive was a failure. The aircraft carrier Kestrel II was sunk during the attack on Farbanti. Carrier-borne aircraft mistakenly bombed urban areas, and this has turned public opinion in neutral countries against us. Our own forces also suffered heavy losses. If it weren't for a few extraordinary fighters, many of us wouldn't have made it home. The situation is grim. We have precious little time, however. We have to get to the space elevator.
Here he comes. Mihai's looking worse.
Just for reference, that isn't
Thank God
me.
he has his granddaughters here to help him out. They're sisters, 15 and 10. Engaging the enemy in combat so we could use his physiological data to improve the drones had always taken a toll on Mihai's body. But today, he was really showing his age. The drones we based on his data were being taken down at a faster rate now compared to when the war began. When Mihai found that out, he insisted on flying to the front lines to see it for himself. Sometimes he could be so stubborn. His age wasn't the only thing affecting his health. Over the years, flying at high altitudes for prolonged stretches of time had ravaged and poisoned his body. But he was a man of grit. Today, after 28 years, he saw combat again. If his flight suit still wasn't good enough to protect him, I can't imagine how many G's he hit today during the battle. As a pilot, he exceeds all our expectations. It's going to take a bit more tweaking before our drones can match his skill.
How penal is this penal unit, you ask? This place is a shithole. If you took the stink of all the corruption in the world, then corralled it all in one place, that would give you a pretty good idea of what the air smells like around here. We got all kinds of critters, too. Everything from flea-ridden guards, rabid dogs, and a mechanic doing the stretch for life. I can't forget the rats. Yeah, we got those. And some pilots who got their wings clipped, too. One's a great pilot, but a lousy thief. One's a gambler with no luck. And one's an anarchist with no balls. Their job here was to rev the engines on the fake runways. The idea was for Erusia's spy satellite to pick up the heat sig. Even though there weren't any real fighters here, it looked like it on their infrared. I bet you're wondering, if Erusia lost the war, how come they still have a spy satellite? Because someone over there was smart enough to train a bunch of computer nerds to hack into half of Osia's satellites. That's how come. Every now and again, I'd try to bust out. And every single time, those damn dogs would drag me right back. When I was in my cell, I'd hear this voice coming from the guards room. It was the Erusian princess rallying her people on the Erusian national broadcast. All us prisoners had become big fans of hers. You want to hear something funny? The guards were big fans too. I swear to God, every time she was on the air, they'd turn up the volume on the radio and sit there listening. I could see how someone like her could win the hearts and minds of soldiers and workers alike. When the princess said something, you could tell she meant every word. Lately, she'd been having more fun with her speeches, and that made her seem even more charming. You could say her charm was like a virus. Whenever she'd point out stuff that was wrong with Osia, the prisoners in here went nuts. Hell, if anyone knew how messed up Osia was, it was the prisoners. They'd shout, "Burn Osia down." No way am I just gonna sit here and rot away in this hellhole. Dark blue. Instead of building fake-ass planes to trick Erusia, I'm gonna build one that'll really take off. You can count on that.
As proved by the failure of our previous strategy, the Arsenal birds have bolstered the enemy's anti-air network. This will be difficult to overcome. However, we still need to get swiftly to the space elevator no matter what it takes. Someone there is counting on us. The hero of the Circum-Pacific War and the man who spearheaded the construction of the space elevator. Osia's former president, Mr. Harling. Mr. Harling was inspecting the elevator when the war broke out. He's been classified as missing since the elevator was taken over by the Erusian forces. However, according to the latest intel, a military officer accompanying Mr. Harling hid him inside the facility. Both are waiting for a chance to escape. Enemy anti-air radar network has been set up around the space elevator. It's likely a large squadron would be detected. We will send a single aircraft through the network and send in a rescue team soon after. A number of anti-air radars have been set up around the space elevator. However, our reconnaissance suggests their network is weakest along the southeastern coast of Selatapura, so we can elude the enemy's observation. There are a lot of rain clouds this time of year. Flying through the clouds will enable us to stay hidden from their radar. If you happen to be detected by their radar, we will be forced to abort the mission. The lone pilot will head up this strategy as you, Trigger. After you bust through, secure the rescue craft's landing zone by taking out the anti-air weapons. Gollum and others will arrive shortly for support. Provide escort for Mr. Harling's craft after rendezvous. Good luck out there, everyone.
Aircraft preparations complete. Sortie ASAP.
Entering operation area. Imposing radio silence. We'll radio you, but you are not permitted to make contact.
If you're spotted, the mission is over. Stay out of enemy radar.
Caution.
Use of weaponry is also strictly forbidden. Okay, you're heading up the Harling rescue mission. The success of this mission depends on you. Good luck. Third of the way to the rendezvous point. Good job, but stay focused. Trigger, you got two directions you can take up. Just go with your gut. Don't worry, I'm watching over you. Trigger. You're currently halfway to your rendezvous point. Look, I'm not gonna lie. It's just gonna be you and your radar out there. Just know, you got a bunch of people pulling for you. And I'm one of them. You're 3/4 of the way. Been a long fight, but you're nearly home. Harling is still the president in my eyes. He ended the war, built the space elevator, and launched a spaceship from it. Despite his success, he remained a humble hero. I'll do my best to save him. Lend me a hand, Trigger. Rendezvous point dead ahead. Hang in there. Trigger, the first stage of the mission is clear. Don't celebrate yet. The real fight's about to get started. Radio silence is now lifted. The auxiliary craft will be arriving shortly. Destroy the anti-air around the space elevator. We're securing Sea Goblin's landing zone.
Missile.
Mage 2, target down. Target is in range of guns. Locked. Fox 2, Fox 2. Half of the SAM sites are down. Half of the anti-air guns down. All SAM sites down. All anti-air guns destroyed.
The anti-air weapons are already gone. Which squadron did this?
Just one until you showed up.
Impossible.
The landing zone is secure. Sea Goblin, you are clear to land.
Roger. Rendezvous point in sight. We're almost there.
Multiple bandits over Selatapura Harbor. They're container-launched UAVs.
Sea Goblin, careful. I'm about to meet our two VIPs.
Rescue craft on the ground is defenseless. Gollum and Mage, destroy all hostiles.
It's been a long journey, but you're on the home stretch.
Gargoyle will stand by near the space elevator.
Sea Goblin, heading over to the Express's location now. Run for the container!
enough. Mop up the rest.
They got the chopper and Sierra too! That was thermobaric!
Missile.
UAVs moving away from the harbor toward the space elevator. Shoot them down.
Rocket!
Damn. 3 remaining.
This is Colonel Johnson. Do you copy? I am with President Harling. Rescue unit down. Look, this all you had this radio. I'll get Mr. Harling out of here.
Sir, we feel the same way. We'll figure something out.
This is Common 3. Imagine on my 6. I can't get away. We found a Norwegian transfer craft. His engines are on.
I heard you were in the Air Force, Colonel. Can you fly?
Better than Mr. Harling.
It'll do. 1 remaining. All squadrons be advised. The call sign is Mother Goose 1. I've sent the information via the data link.
Mother Goose 1? That's the best you can come up with?
All UAVs have been splashed. All aircraft. Former President Harling's transport is ready to take off.
Ooh, thank you.
Goose 1, take off. Let's wait till we're home safe. Mage Squadron, Mother Goose 1 is heading south. Provide support. 5 minutes remaining.
Right now I'm streaming for my one of my friends'
Sighting confirmed as
father
MQ-101.
or grandfather,
For Arsenalburg.
who is
Mage, protect Mother Goose 1. Shoot down any UAVs. Gollum, intercept the UAVs.
Kill. That last battle taught me a lot about those a-holes. Column 2, don't stray off on me. Always maintain element. Wilco, forming up. Oh, again, Trigger? Can't let you have all the glory.
UAV down. Locked.
Damn it, I can't break away!
Roger. 10 minutes. Range already burned. Orders on a fire warning. Yes, sir.
Mother Goose 1, UAV on your tail. Take evasive action.
I hear you. But this isn't exactly a fight. Locked on me. Understood. Arsenalburg is on its way. We need to get back, Justice. Over Justice. Courses have already changed. Leave the airspace. Keep your fingers crossed.
Gargoyle, it's time. Attention, Gargoyle Squadron, Babel!
Gargoyle 3 to Babel. Babel, roger.
Skykeeper, what the hell was that?
Gargoyle, did you reach out?
I figured, but why weren't we informed?
The IUNK
Providing cover from Mother Goose 1?
Of course.
Stall warning.
They're after me.
Stall warning. Stall warning.
Mother Goose 1 is turning. What's going on? They're heading to the space elevator.
It's flying at a steady altitude. Who's in control?
It's not the Colonel. Mr. Harling's the only one on board.
Stall warning.
Mother Goose 1, respond!
Ammunition
Mr. Harling, please respond!
We can't protect our objective if it sticks around here. Now's not the time to freak out, fellas. We've still got a job to do, so let's do it. Keep your mind focused.
Mr. Harling, we are not giving up on you. The UAVs are approaching Mother Goose 1.
Let's go, Trigger.
On your six. Take them down now, Mage Squadron. 1 minute remaining.
Radar lock acquired.
Mother Goose 1, turn 180 degrees and exit.
Oh my god.
And
Mother Goose
that, my
1 has
friends,
been
is a
shot
wolf man.
down.
Where'd the missile come from?
Mage 2 fired that.
It was Ocean. A friendly missile hit him.
Verifying the situation. Stop speculating.
Friendly fire! I saw it!
Mother Goose 1 exploded in air. No one could have survived.
Looks like it tried to protect the elevator. The Erusian bastards, they just killed a hero.
Mage 1. Was it Trigger? Trigger was the closest. UAVs were crawling all over our objective. I told you to keep a goddamn eye in the hatchway. It must have been a mistake.
Arsenal bird is entering. All aircraft withdraw immediately. Trigger, you can't fly for a while. You understand?
The operation to rescue former President Harling has failed. Sadly, there is no hope he survived. Trigger, you are suspected of assassinating the former president. There will be an inquiry. There will most probably be a court-martial.
Bad news for us here at the prison. The enemy fell for our decoy base. With all the fake planes and trucks we had out, it must have looked to them like the Ocean Air Force was about to go on the attack. Day after day after day after day, they bombed us. Osea didn't give a damn. We weren't soldiers to them, so go ahead. Bomb us. In their eyes, we were expendable. Worth less than the fake planes in the bunkers. No biggie. While I made fake planes, they had me put together some working ones. Then, some genius at HQ decided we should send it up, so the base looked legit. Thankfully, we had people to crew them. It didn't matter what we were locked up here for anymore. Top brass needed pilots, and criminals were all they had. A crook, a gambler, an anarchist. Just your typical lowlifes. They threw each one of them in a cockpit and sent them up to intercept the enemy's planes. But in the end, it was all just for show. So, up they went, day after day after day. Today they tossed someone new into the mix. Wonder what he did to get sent here. My dad died flying for the Ocean Air Force. When your allies are surrounded, one of the most dangerous missions is giving them cover to retreat. Whoever signed up for that was a real hero. But even more dangerous than that was being the one who had to cover the rear guard's retreat. That was my dad's job, and one time, he called it off. Said it was too late for him. said anyone else would have done the same. I found that out from a war buddy of his when he came to tell me how my dad died. The next time a retreat happened, my dad volunteered to be in the rear guard. Dumbass. He died all right. No one came to help. The news nearly broke me. Of all the ways to get killed, that's gotta be the most pathetic one ever. Am I right? There's a rumor going around about another inmate. A guy they brought here a little while ago. Get this, talk in the cell block says he was sent here because he killed Harling, the president of Osea during the last war, remember? He's the one that sent my dad on that suicide mission. He's the reason I had to go live with my grandpa, and why me and Gramps started building a supersonic jet. He's the reason I ended up here. Maybe I should give that guy a thank you note for killing him. Nah. God, I hate the smell of this place. It's all fake and lies and bullshit. It reeks.
All right, guys, I'll let you in on some juicy info. The new guy was found guilty by the International Union Peacekeeping Forces court-martial. He is the murderer of Harling in the flesh. His TAC name's Trigger. Now, as of today, he may be attached to the Ocean Air Force Base 444th Squadron. But that is just some symbolic bullshit. It doesn't really matter if he's Harling's murderer or not. Every last one of you has been incarcerated for one reason or another. You cons have an obligation to atone for your crimes. A few of you in the penal unit know how to fly, and HQ needs to plug the deficit in our Air Force. So they proposed sending you guys on a reconnaissance mission to the Waiapolo Mountains. But that idea was flat out rejected. Nope, you'll be atoning for your crimes right here at this base. This base is a decoy designed to draw enemy fire, and as members of this base, you'll be taking hits from the enemy. This will allow our forces to safely prepare a counterattack.
Incoming!
Switch off that alarm. It's just the usual. I thought Zapland was supposed to be an isolated area. Okay, I'm gonna need a few aircraft to scramble.
Again?
Wonder how many we'll lose today. Better than solitary.
How many can actually... Enemy aircraft detected over the dummy runway.
We just need to make it look like we can put up a fight. Some of those piles of junk can at least take off. Let's get the guiltiest cons in the sky first. We'll start with Harling's murderer. We don't expect you to down any bombers, but what we do want is to make them think that we've got an active base here.
It's time to get busy, convicts. Proceed with your mission now.
Follow orders, Trigger. Taxi to the runway now. Check your altimeter and wait in front of the runway.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Woohoo! The blood's boiling!
Toss the chump in solitary once he gets back.
accelerate when you land your ass as grass.
Spare 15. Takeoff confirmed. Altitude restriction lifted. Go.
So, no missiles again. The FCS is locked.
Damn, you're good. Let's make this more interesting.
Prisoners use nothing without supervision. Not even a pencil.
Stall warning.
Here comes Harling's murderer. He shot 2 missiles right between old Harling's eyes. Always in the know, aren't you? In this war, intel is a life or death matter. Settle down. Excited to have another murderer with you?
Yeah!
This is Bandog. Spare 15, I'm handling surveillance. The bombers that attacked the runway are coming back for another round. I know it's just a dummy runway. You guys just need to make a lot of noise. Make them think there's fighters at the base. You don't gotta smoke. I'll own one. If any of you die, just think of it as you atone for your crimes. One more thing. Any aircraft leaving the operation area will be shot down. You hear me? Righto. Spare 15, you're too far away. No time for sightseeing.
Look at that. Blowing up a bunch of paper planes.
The enemy seems to think our Air Force is concentrated on this base. Everything on the ground is fake. Can't the enemy see that? They're that convincing.
Yes, the enemy just in the control tower.
Hey, what's with all the shaking?
Not let the enemy get closer. Are you trying to kill me?
Shall I order them to shoot down all? Commander McKenzie? Damn it! Spare squadron, listen up. Shoot down everything carrying bombs. Weapons free. You're cleared to engage. Show no mercy. Done by now. After we make the odds. Wanna bet which one of us gets the first kill trigger starts? This is the first. The count's going. I decide when you die. All right, I'm assuming command. All aircraft support B. It's gonna dance to your light. I'll show you all how it's done. Spare 15, bandits flashed. Trigger, keep an eye on your head count. We can compare later. Yeah, I bet Maverick will get dressed up real pretty good. Radar pinged. Incoming hostile group detected. Take care of them. Righto. A bomber's at high altitude. Stop watching your own asses and look up. Head to the next target. Allow me to educate you. In this unit, you get your tail marked with scratches. The more scratches, the more heinous the crime. They're called sin lines. 3 scratches, right, Trigger? Well, you are Harling's murderer. Chaffin flares are running low. A monkey could do this work. Anyone up for some poker tonight? Sorry, I got lucky. Getting in possession is a piece of cake. Fox 2. The enemy's gunning for me. Base is decent at what he's famous for. I wouldn't go that far. Target's that slow on a challenge. Don't let it go to your head, murderer. Multiple bandits inbound. They got bombers and support. All aircraft follow me. You too, murderer. Jeez, now he thinks he's squadron leader. Trigger, don't get shut down now. I got good riding on your survival. Some guys have got big money riding on you going down, so watch your back. Spare 7, shut up. You don't need a yap to pull the trigger. Trigger again! Get excited. Beginner's luck. This is a pretty nice ride. It's been serviced pretty good. Can't believe these things used to be scrapped. Just what kind of magic does she have up her sleeves anyway? What her problem is, maybe she's royalty or something. That's because she's the scrap queen. Queen? More like old bad temper tomboy. And Trigger got most of them. Maybe even all of them. That was dumb luck, Tabloid. Spare 15, don't take all the fun away from your comrades. 3 targets remaining. The enemy has escaped. Chew on lead, pal. On my target. Laying a rip. Breaking from enemy. Two targets remaining. Now, behind you, someone being smart in the convicts. Gotta be some kind of reason. Now, the paper mache strategy at the base seems to be doing the trick. Because every man and his dog has an idea for him. The targets are still active. Keep up the attack. What the hell are you doing? Are you... Wilco, man at Kinsey, please maintain silence for me. One bandit left. Take him down now. First come, first served. All targets confirmed eliminated. Hell yeah. Still alive, Harling's murderer? Then dinner's on me tonight. Cut the chatter, Spare Squadron. Mission complete. RTB. Trigger's still with us. Must have the devil in his corner.
Pull up.
Spare 7, what happens if the one you've bet on dies while landing? Then you win. So, what? You're not done? Just checking.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing check. We don't want a wreck blocking the runway. Spare 15, you have permission to land. Wind conditions are calm. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. Bank left. Lower your nose. You're too high. 3,000 meters. Too fast. Lower your airspeed. Bank left. You're past the guidance limit. Make a visual landing. Go back to flight school already. The aircraft seriously can't handle your shit.
I lost a lot of money for that Trigger. Don't forget.
Spare 15, the runway's free. You have permission to take off. Go now.
Did I say you could take down the enemy? Throw anyone who disobeys into solitary.
Mihai's granddaughters liked to keep to themselves mostly. They were well behaved and possessed a sort of quiet elegance. From time to time, I'd catch myself looking at them, wondering what they were talking about. I'm sure everyone on the base did the same. They were such enthralling creatures. Every night, a crowd would gather around Mihai. They were the men tasked with guarding him in the air. Their jackets all bore the same patch, a relic from a nation that was long gone. Decades ago, during the Age of Expansion, the Kingdom of Erusea absorbed many countries. Theirs was one of them. Mihai asked them,
"Yet what is a nation? Can we actually see the physical lines that divide one from another?"
People of my generation can no longer speak the language of our homeland. My grandparents always look sad when they see I have no idea what they're saying to me.
Mihai didn't say a word after that. His scarred face betrayed no emotion. He didn't get those scars from flying, though. Mihai was originally from Shalaji. His real name is Mihai Dumitru Margarita Corneliu Leopold Blanca Carol Aeon Ignatius Raphael Maria Nikitas A. Shalaji. When he was young, he was the heir to the Grand Duchy of Shalaji. Then, revolution broke out among his people. Mihai was betrayed by a close friend who pointed a gun at his face and pulled the trigger. The revolution was successful, but the new country that sprang from it was annexed by the expanding Kingdom of Erusea. The Erusian royal family allowed Mihai's family to retain their title and noble standing in the new kingdom. But Mihai surprised them all by signing up for the draft like an ordinary Erusian citizen. He was then accepted into the Air Force Academy by order of the king. Mihai soon became an ace pilot. When the royal family was ousted and Erusea became a republic, he continued his service for the new regime. Test sites soon flourished. One day, a classmate of Mihai's granddaughter visited. I noticed the rose emblem. She laughed like a princess, and I found out later she was indeed the daughter of Erusea's new ruler. She was the connection to the royal bloodline everyone was looking for, the one to restore the monarchy. This new princess was truly a godsend for the Erusian people. If Mihai's granddaughters were like the moon, she was like the sun, around which everything seemed to orbit. Her face was so expressive. It's no wonder the people of this war-torn country instantly felt at ease when they saw her speeches. They started singing. The pilots of the support plane smiled, even though they wished their nation were independent from hers. Angelic. I wonder how Mihai felt about all of this. It was my job to research his neurological data, after all. I wish I could figure him out. Whatever his feelings were about losing his homeland, he kept hidden, even from me.
Your mission is to atone for your crimes by attracting the enemy's attention. First, I want you to head from the base to the desert region of Roca-Roja to the northwest. And then second, you will attack the large Erusian base there. We've been unable to verify that base's ability to deal with fighters. You will attack and provoke the enemy into revealing their AA strategy. Get them to fire at you as much as you can. That way, we can confirm where they're firing from. Then it's a case of sending in a regular force to clean them out. For this mission, we prepared a frontline base that can be used for ammo replenishment and aircraft repairs. However, this is not for you guys. Only the regular force has permission to use it. Even if you run out of ammo, don't forget that you're just decoys. You stay out there as targets for the enemy.
Aircraft preparations complete. Stand by at the front.
Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as attack, aren't you, Spare Aid? Regular forces can reduce losses if you tenderize the base first. If you can't handle that, just fly and be a target. Some have air power, so their threat levels vary. Think of the best way to rob them of their ability to respond. Use those empty heads of yours. If you die too fast, you won't even be useful as targets. More guests on the horizon. Keep up the attack.
This is Spare 11. Enemy base dead ahead. Damn it, we can't do this from the sky. We need ground troops.
Spare 11, just do your job.
Just give us a long enough to know the area.
Getting out of line. That's what you will figure out, Spare 7. Trigger destroyed the enemy facility, while everyone else was sleeping. Any regular aircraft that join Raider needing any repairs right now will fly over the return line. However, you guys do not have that luxury.
So, what are we supposed to do? The murderer's done it again! Gonna have to rethink the odds. I'm out. Return to resupply. How are we supposed to work without ammo? I'm heading back.
Nice try. This stuff isn't for you guys.
Let's be honest here. The regulars like us aren't allowed to resupply. But in your heart, you want us to smash that base. Am I on?
You're gonna wish this mission never ended.
Looks like bad ones finally come around. The anti-air guns are hit hard. Our air defense capabilities are compromised. Just grab whatever you can and return fire.
New grips on my radar. Get after him. Locked on target. On your ass. Spare 15, Fox 2.
You're gonna regret letting me get behind you. I bet good money no one can hit shit. Receiving lock. Breaking. Fox 2, Fox 2. I won't miss again.
Locked.
Fox 2. That tail is wide open. finally have a read on the targets. They're in one hell of a place. I'll take it from here.
Missile.
Trigger's taking out one of the AA guns.
Locked on target.
Missile.
Missed target. Spare 15, target destroyed. Special weaponry. Stand down. Nice kill. Vehicle down. Spare 15, enemy's got a lock. Spare 15 locked.
Base commander makes a big deal whenever a new mission comes in. It's just one after another. Like that was the plan all along or something. Battle doctrines. So the Admirals will tell you what to do next. OCA has one. It probably says where and when pawns like us will die. And they already know the next strategy. Hold up. Let's make a bet. Whoever guesses the next strategy wins. You can get in on this too, Bandog.
Maybe you guys need to cool your heads off in solitary.
Let me look into this doctrine thing.
Man, you're delusional.
A bribe is all you need to look into a terminal. It's amazing how many people like them.
Spare 15, this is the control tower. Make your landing. Spare 15, you are cleared for takeoff.
It's amazing how many people write their password on a note by their desk. Gathering intel is all about getting access.
Locked. Spare 15, Fox 2. Spare 15, target destroyed. A gun down.
I'm about to blast right through this guy.
A radar lock. Shoot.
We're being attacked. Enemy aircraft. A whole squadron. Ready the anti-air interceptors. Open fire. We'll do what we can.
A bomber has taken off. That's for us. Take care of it.
The fire set off a chain reaction. At least stop it from spreading.
Target confirmed destroyed. Trigger again.
Rocking it hard.
Cut the crap. There's work to do. The bomber's getting away. Chase it down like you mean it, morons.
You're mine.
Chapman flares are depleted. Missile hit. Transport truck spotted. They're not a threat, but feel free to take them out.
Willing to leave is a kind of specialty of mine.
Star warning.
Locked on target. Hostile has a lock.
Thanks for saving me the trouble.
Hostile behind. They have a lock. Aircraft approaching at high speed. Bearing 280.
Machines are not replacing humans. Calm down. They're just obstacles in your way. Don't forget your original mission.
It's bad enough just dealing with the surface. Damn.
Missed target.
They've got a lock on you.
This is Spare 7. Shit! Someone get this enemy off my tail! I can't. I've got my hands full too.
I roll a missile. Pick up.
Damn it! God damn it! I'm hit! I'm still at the table! I roll a missile. Another one! I've got a bet on me getting out of this. Hey, someone's down. Who is it? Ty Roller. He's been taken out.
Don't miss your pants over one aircraft being down.
Did the jailer know about the shitstorm he was sending us into?
Humans are just pawns.
That lion son of a bitch.
Don't pretend like you deserve any better. Continue with the operation.
What happened to a bed when the banker's out? Another man down. There's no point. Retreat.
Follow your orders. Continue the operation. Soldiers will be punished.
I'm hit. My aircraft.
This isn't even a fight. Do you want to lose all your pilots?
Shut up.
Try and stop me.
I'm getting behind the trigger. Stick to the rest if you want to survive. If anyone wants to die, let him. Poor decision on your part. I've still got top score. Count? Man, you're useless. Everyone knows you inflate your numbers. 7 down, that's more than an ace. This is a whole new kind of war.
Alright, am I back?
Spare 15 launching missile. Engage or face punishment.
Keep it away, lead guard dog.
You'll pay for this. Looks like we're the only ones having fun out here. Trigger. Highest score wins. Let's settle the best once and for all.
They're taking off from inside.
You've done a fair amount of work to their ground units. But I see some of you still have ammo. Continue with the attack. Keep yourself nice and exposed to the eyes and other ones. I'm finally finding my crew. 3 minutes remaining. Fox 2. Trigger, they have a lock on you. Spare 15, you're hit. Enemy base is crippled. That's enough. Go find some enemies that can kill you. Spare 15 target destroyed.
Bandit on my 6. Damn, these guys are agile.
2 minutes remaining. Locked. Confirmed kill on AA gun. The vehicles have been taken out. Move on to the next target.
You're our official fly swatter now, Trigger. It's the mission and the ones who stayed. They're crazy. Lock on Bandit. I'm spiked. I'll shake you.
case enough. Operation is complete. Head back. The bastards who flew off are going to wish they were never born. You guys get a pass.
Damn right. I wouldn't be surprised if we're thrown in solitary too.
Hey, who wants to bet who goes into solitary? That's what that gambling nutjob would say if he was still here.
Where's your sense of humor, guys? Your buddy's making a joke. Laugh already. Some welcome. All aircraft, spread out and attack.
We're clear to attack, right? I heard the regular forces were gonna clean things up. It's just like before. We blow the shit out of everything.
Sharp as a tack, aren't you, Spare 8? Regular forces can reduce losses if you...